At just over $1 per British person per year, the Queen, one of her officials said recently, is excellent value for money. But with the more than $71 million annual public paycheck, the Queen also receives a private income. Some of it comes from a private estate established for the monarch 700 years ago, called the Duchy of Lancaster. Through it, the Queen owns swaths of lucrative real estate, like the storied Savoy Hotel, and vast tracts of land all over the UK. In addition to properties like Somerset House, the Duchy of Lancaster also invests money to generate income for the Queen. And according to leaked documents, that also includes investments offshore. The Queen's private estate, the Duchy of Lancaster, turned up in the Paradise Papers with stakes in 2 funds, based then in the Cayman Islands and Bermuda, worth about $18 million. Investing British pounds offshore isn't illegal. But given the murkiness of that world, it raises questions of transparency for the Queen and in what dubious places her money can end up.
It's so obvious that if you're looking after the money of the monarchy, you've got to be actually cleaner than clean, and you must never go near the dirty world of money laundering, tax avoidance, tax evasion.
Uncomfortable in this case because it turns out the Queen, through the Duchy, acquired an indirect stake in Bright House, a chain of rent-to-own appliance stores repeatedly accused of taking advantage of some of Britain's poorest citizens. Though it stands at just a few £1,000s now, the initial investment is still undisclosed. The connection to Bright House was discovered here, in a restricted access room at the Guardian newspaper, where investigative reporters have worked quietly for months, chasing up promising leads in the Paradise Papers.
Bright House was a name that I was quite familiar with because there have been quite a lot of sort of stories in the past about kind of how they offer high-cost credit to vulnerable families, and I've covered some of those stories.
The Duchy did not respond to CBC's questions, but it told The Guardian it was not aware the Queen had a stake in Bright House until questions came from the ICIJ, that it did so unwittingly as it was not party to the fund's ongoing investment decisions.
The money has kind of ended up there rather than being carefully put there, but I think that people would be a bit shocked that they don't know where the money is trickling down to.
As part of her personal fortune, the Queen has a whole other separate and likely much bigger investment portfolio, and few details are made public on that. Nala Ayed, CBC News, London.